Alright, so this wasn't exactly the video I had planned today. I'd actually planned to make a brand new Speedroid video with an updated skill, since that update was today for the post-ban list sort of stuff. But apparently that's going to have to wait till tomorrow, because along with that update, we also got a big update in regards to skills. More notably, we got 60 plus brand new skill IDs added to the game, which is a shitload of skills added to the game. But thankfully for my sanity and this video length, most of those skills were just placeholders for Rush Duel, so we haven't got all of them implemented yet, or most of them leaked yet. We have got a whole bunch leaked. I think we've got 18 brand new skills to actually go through today, and there's a whole bunch more that are apparently going to be released over the upcoming hours, so I'll leave a link to this website top of the description if anyone wants to check out any future skills in case a few more are updated or added to the website. But of the ones we've got 18 to go through right now, so basically, a bunch of these are for Rush Duel, some of them are for the main game, a bunch are for the new character, which should be coming in the next couple of weeks, or maybe next month, very, very soon. And we've also got a bunch of stuff that sort of confirms some of the brand new characters we're probably going to be getting along with Rush Duel's release, so let's just jump into it. Alright, so first skill we've got, so we'll go to the Rush Duel skills first, just because we'll go in order. Rush Duel skill 1. Can be used before your normal draw if you control no monsters on your field, and your opponent controls a level 7 or higher monster on turn 4, and onward. Okay. One of the cards from your normal draw this turn will be a legend monster from your deck. Okay. On turn 4 and onward. So this is going to be really weird because we don't actually know how the format's going to be. I assume Rush Duel format's going to be a bit quicker in some ways, but slower in others. So making it to turn 4 is probably a bit more regular than in actual Duel Links. So maybe these turn 4 skills might actually be relevant. I'm not sure about that one. For those that don't know what legend monsters are, they basically I don't actually know if the search feature here has it yet, because I know we've got them. Let's see, do we have legend yet? Oh my god, we do. These are basically one-of cards you're allowed to play in your deck list, and only one of them. They're basically limited to 1 cards. And they're generally a bit more powerful than some of the other cards in the game. Things like Blue Eyes is in here. Apparently I've got things like the Creator. Oh my god, I've got Levite Air Dragon. There's actually some cool ass shit here. Summon Skull, Jinzo. Yeah, so basically this skill lets you search for them. Not sure if it's going to be a good skill or not, because like I said, we don't know the format yet, but turn 4 and onward does seem pretty slow, but we'll have to wait for that one. Alright, Rush skill 2. At the beginning of the duel, add question mark to your deck / extra deck and shuffle it. Damn, that skill sounds horrendously broken. I'm so glad they're adding this one to the game. Alright, Rush skill 3. Can be used before your normal draw if you control no monsters on your field and your opponent controls a level 7 or higher monster on turn 4 and onwards. One of the cards from your normal draw this turn will be a Primer Guitarra, the Shining Superstar from your deck. Okay, so this is getting a whole bunch of skills that are based on this turn 4 and onward if your opponent controls a level 7 or higher monster. What does this card do? Okay. So requirement, pay 1,000 life points. All face-up monsters on the field gain attack equal to the number of monsters your opponent's field times 300 until the end of the turn. Okay, so Rush Duel is going to be more about the attack stats, a little more beating over your opponent's stuff, rather than actual significantly just standard removal, so is that useful? I don't know, I'm not super versed in the Rush Duel format yet, so by the way, I love how Rush Duel has the requirement and the effect stuff, that is so good. Rush Duel is actually going to be so good for new players, so alright, that's a skill I guess. I'm not sure how impactful this card is. The stat buff seems pretty significant. But yeah, other than that, let's move on. Alright, so a bunch of these skills are going to be basically the same. So, skill 1, 2, 3, 8. Add 1 to 7th Row Magician, okay, to your hand. The skill can be used once per duel. So this seems like a very significant skill, just adding a card to your hand. Not sure if this is from deck or from outside of your deck. I'd assume it's from outside of the deck, just based on how it's... Actually, a lot of the skills say from outside of the deck, but then normally they also say from the deck, so... I assume there'll be some requirements added to these when they're actually added, because this would be ridiculous if it's not, just adding a free card to your hand. But anyway, so 7th Row Magician. Requirement. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Okay, pretty weak requirement, if not a good requirement for some cards. This card gains attack equal to the number of different attributes in your graveyard times 300 to the end of this turn. Okay. Damn, that's going to be a pretty big boy. Yeah, so this is an for you guys that don't know, this is an ace monster for the main protagonist of the of Sevens, so pretty cool. I assume most of these are going to be protagonist cards, or not protagonist, but you know, the main character cards. So yeah, should be... This basically confirms the 4 starting ones too, if we didn't basically already know. Alright, then we have Add multi-strike Dragon Dragaeus? Okay. Requirements. Send the top card you take to the graveyard. This turn, this card destroyed a monster by battle. It can make a second attack during the battle phase. Okay, very good little OTK card for a 4,000 life point game. At least I assume Rush will be 4,000. I don't actually know if that's no confirmation on that. We don't know what Duel Links' format's going to be exactly yet, but I assume it'll be 4,000. Which, if that's the case, this will be doing easily lethals. Okay, then we have your Yami Rule the Dark Delayer. What is that card art? Requirement. During the turn you normal summon this card, change its battle position. Okay. Attack position becomes face up, defense position, blah blah blah. Until the end of the opponent's next turn, while this card is face up, neither player can tribute summon level 7 or higher monsters. Oh, okay. It's like a soft floodgate, but for only one turn. Damn, so this card has to be face up for that? That sounds pretty significant. Okay. Damn, this card just completely cucked these other two cards, right? They're both level 7. Okay. Damn, actually looking like a pretty solid card for early Rush Duel. Because it's looking like level 7s are the way to go. If most of the archetypes are based on these level 7 ace monsters. So that seems like a disgusting card. Alright, moving on. Especially if it's searchable for skill. I really hope this skill comes as a requirement. Otherwise, everyone would be running this. Alright. Add one so we already read this card earlier. Alright, final Rush Duel skill we know about. Slate one level 4 alarm monster you control. Increase attack by 200 times its level until the end of the turn. This skill can only be used once per duel. Okay, so normal monsters, level 4 alarm monsters are probably going to be very, like I said, the attack buffs and attack stats are going to be a lot more significant in Rush Duel than the standard format, because it's sort of back to original Yu-Gi-Oh! Where like your 1700 attack Axe Raider is going to beat over your 1650, whatever other normal monster exists, so it's going to be very significant having its skills like this probably early. I assume though, with all these other searching skills and whatever else in art type stuff, the art type stuff will probably sort of win out and we won't be using stuff like this. Hopefully this will be kind of boring if it turns back into like a ties that binds games, because that skill is really boring. I really think it's super boring for Rush Duel as well. But if this skill is actually only once per duel though, so it's not like current format where you just use ties that binds every single turn, which is kind of boring. So yeah, some pretty cool skills, kind of confirm some of the cool cards that are coming and some of the stuff to expect, which is kind of nice. But let's move on to the actual main game skills for Alito. At least I think that's how you pronounce his name. Alright, so we're not sure when this guy's coming. We assume, I think it's within the next couple of weeks we think he's coming, but we don't actually know. So let's have a look at some of his skills. By the way, there's a couple of cool skills down here as well for the main game that you guys are going to really enjoy. Alright, Alito skill 1. If your life points are 1500 or below, return one card from your hand to your deck, add one rank up. Magic's Barian's foot, a force from outside. Why do I think that said foot? I'm so dumb. From outside of your hand. Okay. So you deck to your hand. Okay. Rank up Magic's. Okay. Target one face up exceeds monster you control. Spell summon from your extra deck one number C or C exceeds monster with the same type as that monster you control, but one rank higher by using it as the exceeds material. Since you're attached to it, become blah blah blah. Then, if possible, attach something to a monster. Your opponent. For a monster, your opponent. Attach it to the exceed. That's a pretty weak looking rank up force. It has a requirement to get hold of it too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. If this skill was 1,000 life points, obviously with Cosmic in the game, it'd be kind of useful maybe, but yeah, as far as rank up spells go, that second effect is, unless you're in Xyz format, it's completely worthless, completely dead. So yeah, not a fan of that one. Alito skill 2. Select a level, which levels are choosable depending on the current battling boxer monsters. Oh, so he's a battling boxer guy, okay. All battling boxer monsters you currently control become the level until the end of this turn. Okay, so this basically makes Xyz summoning really goddamn easy. I thought most of the battling boxers were level 4 anyway, though. Maybe they're not. Let me have a look. Batlin. I thought they were already level 4. There's a couple level 3s. This skill doesn't seem that relevant, because like nearly all of them are level 4, other than these like other guys, so unless I'm wrong there somewhere, they also seem pretty, seems like a pretty irrelevant looking skill, but anyway. Alright, Alito skill number 3. At the beginning of the duel, send one battling boxer glass draw from outside of your deck to the graveyard. Depending on your deck, draw additional cards on your first turn. What? At the beginning of duel, send one bounty box of Glassjaw. So is he in here? Do I have to search him up, or can we find him? Okay, here he is. Okay. Level 4. When this card is targeted for an attack, destroy this card. When this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you target one bounty box of monster in your graveyard. Okay, add it to your hand. Alright, so I assume this card's going to be used in combination with something that summons back from the graveyard. I actually don't know. I'm not super familiar with a lot of the bounty boxer cards, so I assume there's one in here that revives from graveyard, which will make that very significant. But this first effect here of you draw additional cards on your first turn sounds pretty ridiculous. I assume there's some insane condition along with this. Draw additional cards. This skill sounds insane. I assume there's definitely some leaks here that haven't quite come out for whatever this skill is. Otherwise, that would be disgusting. Alright. Elito skill number 4. Can be used in your turn after you've chained a counter trap to an opponent's card. Return one card from your hand to the deck. Set one counter trap card from your graveyard to your field. If you control a fire warrior type monster, you can set any counter trap instead. Okay. Set any counter trap instead. What does that mean? What, just any counter trap in the game? I think that's definitely some sort of yeah, that's definitely missing a few bits of card text there, or skill text. Okay, interesting. I mean, it's you get a lot of value out of stuff like this, but I don't know. Do we even have any good counter traps currently? This is like specifically a battling boxer one or something. I don't think we even have that many good ones, do we? Yeah, like, none even come up based on popularity. No one even plays counter traps in this game, so I mean, sure, the worst skills out there, I guess. Probably not the ones to get the most excited about, unless, of course, this literally means any trap in the game, which I highly doubt it does. Alright. Elite skill 5. Select one bounty box to exceed monster control until the end of this turn. When the selected monster destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack of the destroyed monster in the graveyard. I mean, unless we're doing a very specific OTK, this is just 100% a skip skill. Don't even need to really think about it. Alright, here is an interesting skill. Okay, so this is not a Lido skill. This is a skill for somebody. At the start of the duel, send one Dark Magician, Arisen Guy the Fierce Knight, Charging Guy the Fierce Knight, Mystical Elf, Karibo, Sphere Karibo, and Super Soldier Ritual. By the way, is that the Rush Duel Mystical Elf being shown here for some reason? Okay. From outside your deck to the graveyard. So already, you're just at the start of the duel sending all these cards to the graveyard. God knows what that's going to cause problems for. We see a lot of dark monsters and light monsters in here, so Chaos deck's going to be very happy with this if there's no restrictions. Once per turn, add one Black Cluster Soldier monster with a different name from one that's on the field, from your deck to your hand, and select up to X number of banished cards and return them to the graveyard. Okay, so we've got a Black Cluster Soldier search on top of being able to send all of these cards to the graveyard. Okay. After that, apparently there's more added to this skill. After that, if you added Black Cluster Soldier Super Soldier, you can set one Super Soldier Ritual spell card from your deck to your field. Yeah, so this skill, there is going to be some ridiculous limitations on this. There is no way this gets added to the game as it's written here. Because even if, like, even just the first part, just pretend this second part didn't exist, this would be abused in God knows what ways. There are so many different cards here put in the graveyard. It would have to break something. It's like an instant Leviathan here already. There's probably exactly 3 darks in here to make Dad work, is it? Oh, okay, it's 4 darks in here, save. But yeah, that's kind of disgusting. Wait, what is this? I missed this. Super Soldier Ritual. This card can be used to ritual summon blah blah blah. Ritual summon Black Soldier Ritual Monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels exactly equal 8. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card. 1 light monster and 1 dark monster from your graveyard. Spell summon Black Cluster Ritual monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. Oh, okay. So you get all these in the graveyard, you banish them, get this thing get to use this thing, summon out a Black Cluster Soldier from your hand, and put this stuff back in the deck. Bro, this skill seems absolutely disgusting. There's no way it gets implemented in that way. There's no shot it does. That is too gross. Alright, next up we have skill 1236. During this duel, you can normal summon set Toon monsters. That's right, we're getting a new Toon skill at some point. Without tributing, and you cannot normal special summon monsters except Toon monsters. This also hints at potentially new Toon support, by the way, so we might be getting a Toon mini box. Return one card from your hand to your deck and one Toon World to your hand. Add one Toon World to your hand from outside of your deck. So yeah, get a nice little extra, get a free tribute summon of a Toon monster, and we get to search for Toon World, which is pretty significant because there's some Toons, like the Dark Magician one, which would be very, very nice to be able to just normal summon it. Because this card, it literally, just special summons Toons from your deck, so absolutely insane card. This like just makes it instant rank 7 if you wanted to, so yeah, very significant card. Not sure how good the skill will be because Toons in general aren't that great, so if we don't get any new support via a mini box or something for this, I don't think the skill will be all that relevant, but might be worth giving it a go just to find anyway. Alright, skill 1237. At the beginning of the duel, this skill has 3 effects. First effect, apparently we don't know about. Second effect, select the 2 cards from your hand or field, return them into the deck. Okay, Infinity support. This skill can be used once per turn. Okay, sick leak this one. Literally don't know anything about it, but there you go. And I think that is just about it for the leaks in terms of skills. We did get a little bit of confirmation from some potential confirmation from some alt arts IRL, because these cards aren't in Duel Links, but there are alt arts added to the game IRL that have the Duel Links background on them, have been added to the game, which basically means, well, these cards are 100% being added. So yeah, that's just basically more confirmation these are going to be some characters we're going to be getting. Nothing too special here though. Like I said, I'll leave a link to this thing at the top of the description if you guys want to look through this stuff and read more. But basically, that's it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of these new skills in the comments below. What you guys think of Rush Duel coming. I don't know, man. Some of these skills are actually horrendously broken looking. Like the Blackluster Soldier one, there's no shot this is legit. That's ridiculous. And this is the Rush Duel skill that lets you have, not the Rush Duel skill, the skill that lets you start with more cards in hand sounds also horrendously broken. I assume this actually doesn't mean what it says it means. I assume the draw additional cards is actually going to be like, add a certain card to your hand or something. I don't know, this is worded too weirdly. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I have a Speedroid post-ban list video tomorrow if you guys are interested in that. Remember to subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one. Laters.